Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be covering a little bit of the roster changes happening in Rlcs. I'm not an unbiased news source, alright? I'm just a guy that's really into Rocket League. But I am going to be reading from an unbiased news source, which is Chef. So obviously all credit for the news goes to them, but I am going to be giving my opinion on the news that we're going to be covering. So yeah, let's start here. Breaking. Oxygen and Esports are looking to rebuild around Archie and are targeting Team Liquid's Oski as their first edition. Oski's pretty good from what I've heard and from what I've seen. Oxygen, I don't follow Oxygen that much, but I've heard that Archie is good. Complexity will be looking for a new third to replace AJG. They will be exploring options from South America, North America, and Europe. They're just taking from anywhere they can get them. Complexity is a really good team, and it's a team that I can see like free agents tempted to go for because they got a pretty solid team. I don't know about the language barrier. If I'm not mistaken, Complexity, even I think they're an NA team, but their roster is mainly Spanish-speaking players. So, for example, I know Rise is a free agent because I heard it on the Chat Chalk podcast. Rise could fit well in Complexity, in my opinion, but again, maybe there's gonna be like a language barrier. But Complexity is a pretty good team. I don't know, for me personally, I could see Rise and Complexity for some reason. Breaking. Chicago has announced that he will be a restricted free agent for the off-season of G2 Dude. They may undergo another change with Atomic, the only guaranteed player to stay. So JNaps is going to... They're gonna break the legendary duo of Chicago and JNaps. Dude, I get it, but it's sad. Alright, because G2 always makes it to the finals, or most of the time they make it to the finals, but they can't quite win the whole thing. And the last one that they had at Worlds was really great. I loved it. But it seems to be a pattern that they get to the finals, but they never win the whole thing. So I do get what they're trying to make a roster change, but at the same time, dude, it's Chicago and JNaps. Like, one of the things that I kind of liked about G2 is how they kept the same roster, and then they kind of built that chemistry, and they have such great chemistry too. And Atomic is such a great player. Like, I get it why he will stay there, but this is weird because where the hell is JNaps gonna go? JNaps is still a great player, don't get me wrong, and so is Chicago, but like, damn, I got so used to them playing together that like I can't see like other teammates for them. But this is gonna be interesting. Chicago is a really good player. Honestly, the roster changes in this season is like crazy. Like, I have no idea what team Chicago could go for. Gen G or JNaps. I have no idea where JNaps will go. Breaking. Version 1 future in RuneSports is uncertain. We'll be looking to sell Beastmode and Daniel? Are you kidding me? Weren't they just settling down with them? Oh my god, dude. Beastmode and Daniel are gonna be free agents too? And they didn't mention Calm, which I thought would be the first guy to actually leave version 1. What is this? This is just a rumor, I guess. Because it says uncertain, right? Wow. This was this was supposed to be like the next great NA squad if you just gave them a little bit of time to settle into their chemistry, you know, but like, damn, really they're gonna sell it? Wait, what is NA doing? Are they gonna pick like a few NA teams and make them like superpowers in order to compete with the AU teams? Justin will be now an unrestricted free agent. Yeah, I remember reading this one. It was pretty brilliant. He can explore other options as RNG, but he can stay with them. Justin, dude. I don't know if NRG has what it takes to be world champions again with Justin and Garrett. Unless they bring like a really solid third that completely changes the dynamic, I don't see why he should stay on NRG. He could go to G2 with Atomic. G2 is an org, at least for me, I could be wrong, right? But G2 is an org that for me has like a good reputation, right? As being like a solid NA team. So somebody like Justin and First Killer could go there. Or AJ, I don't know. Breaking. Carmine Corp, Exotic, and Itachi will be able to explore other options for the okay, so they could leave Carmine Corp. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Carmine Corp, obviously, they're not going to let go of Batera. And like I said, I heard Rice is a free agent. He could maybe reunite with Batera. But I also heard that Moise is rebuilding around Jojo. So he could go to Moise too. I think maybe he probably has more chemistry with Jojo than he does with Batera. I'm assuming this, alright, but I from what I've seen, it seems that he's a little bit closer to Jojo than he is to Batera. But that would mean again, that would mean that Rice will go back to Moise. But what is going to happen to Carmine Corp? Carmine Corp is one of those other teams that has a good reputation so far. And I thought Carmine Corp is going to pick up NA players. I really don't know what's going to happen to Carmine Corp. We have with Optic. Similarly, I don't know where Optic Gaming is putting out a Rocket League. Yeah, I saw this on Redo's channel. That he said like, well, I'm out of Optic. When I actually saw that video, I thought he was kidding around. But he wasn't. And apparently, he's going to stick with Magic Bear. But AJ has decided to go another way. And speaking about AJ, like it's... Listen, I don't know behind the scenes, right? But I did hear Redo speak a little bit about AJ. And he said that AJ could be a little difficult at times, especially if he's frustrated. He said this on a stream, and he didn't say it in a very mean way or mean-spirited way. But Redo tends to be like a blunt dude. So he said, I think he mentioned something about AJ. When AJ gets really frustrated, he kind of shuts down and becomes kind of passive-aggressive, and it affects the team chemistry when he's frustrated or something like that. I also remember seeing the first Killer drama where he said he didn't get along with AJ. So that's starting to make me wonder if AJ is actually like a problematic player. I know he's a really good player and all, but I don't know if he's a problematic player. He'll probably get picked up by another org though. Here we have Moise, and like it says right here, Moise Esports are set to disband the current roster of Jojo, Catch, and Juicy. They are expected to rebuild around Jojo. Not a bad idea, I would say. Jojo is definitely their stronger player. I really like Cash too for some reason. Juicy, I didn't pay that much attention, but Cash is the ginger assassin, bro. And he actually played pretty well. But the thing about Cash is like, I don't know if he could like handle... If they're playing like a super stacked team, the only one that really carries the team is Jojo. Alright, Genji's gonna replace Nolly. So I remember Nolly didn't play that bad at Worlds, but overall I remember talking with my friends about this, and yeah, it's kinda, maybe if you're gonna take out somebody from Genji, their weakest link will probably be Nolly, as good as he is, because he is good. I think AJ, for some reason, could fit in Genji. Daniel, I can also see on Genji. Beastmode, I don't know, dude, if they got Beastmode, they will be kind of stacked. Well, Genji has a lot of potential, and I can see, this trade, I do feel bad for Nolly a little bit because I do like Nolly, but this team has a lot of potential to reach the finals and even be champ. So I'm gonna be looking forward to see who they pick, and they're probably gonna get a good player. J-Naps, imagine J-Naps and Genji or Chicago. I don't know. I think J-Naps would be a better choice because he's a better shooter than Chicago, but I don't know. That would be... I'm looking forward to see who they pick up. We got this guy, First Killer. First Killer is expected to be an unrestricted free agent after 2 years. This guy, dude. This guy is like... It's like Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant going on a free agent, as a free agent, you know what I mean? Like, I imagine a lot of teams are going to be interested in him. At the same time, the Rlcs is more about than just superstars. It's about chemistry. It's also about which players kind of like play with each other, how much they like each other. That plays into it, I think, a little bit. I wouldn't say it maybe plays a major part, but some of these players, they play behind the scenes together. For example, Beastmode played a lot with Daniel, and they ended up in the same team. Also, another example, when SSC picked Daniel, it was because Redos was talking to him behind the scenes already in Arsenal, probably too. So there was some kind of favoritism there that he was gonna pick SSG based on the people that he knows behind the scenes. So that does play a factor, I think, in it. But they're also the biggest factor, I think, that's playing into all these roster changes is that they want to compete with AU and they want to get a championship. They seem very desperate to get a championship at all costs, and they're kind of like they're kind of all over the place. But yeah, that's it for the news, and that's it for my opinion. I'll see you guys later.